Hello and welcome back to the Apex Hour podcast. It's me, Noel Girardi, and it's been like how many days? It's been like 3 days since the Brazil Grand Prix, and I think we should talk about it. So, first of all, what was that race? Sorry, there's a car in the background if you hear that. Okay, first of all, let's just talk about Charles first, cause I'm sorry, what? First lap, turn one is, it's bad, it's like what happened to Checo at the Mexico Grand Prix. It's bad, but, at least you actually started the race. Charles crashed on the formation lap. That's really sad. And, you can't help but feel bad for the poor guy. He was saying, why the fuck am I so unlucky? He was just really angry, which is very understandable. But later on, during the red flag, we see him walking through the forest, forging through the forest, like Katniss Everdeen, while there's, cameramen surrounding him, filming him like he's some guy on National Geographic, like some animal, and then they release the pictures to the press, and he literally looks like it literally looks like they were filming an animal or something. It was crazy. But yeah, that I feel bad for Charles, always. Dude, in the last 3 races, no, not the last 3 races, but he's having a hard time scoring points. Here, and then he got disqualified in Austin, and then, Carlos couldn't even start in Qatar. Ferrari's got to step up their little game a little bit. And speaking of game, let's move on to Mercedes. Okay, nobody liked the W13. I'll just put it out there. Nobody liked the W13, but at least it got us a 1-2 in Brazil last year. And this race, it's like David Crofty said, it's like they tied a parachute to the back of the car. It's not going anywhere. Poor George, who won in Brazil last year, had to DNF, and Lewis Hamilton, he felt, he thought the car was so bad that he even suggested to put hards on the car, which nobody even considered doing. So, yeah, 8th place in that, that's, like Toto said, it's inexcusable, but, it's kind of impressive that he managed to keep that car in the points. Actually, no, it's not, because there was 5 million DNFs in the race. There was 6 DNFs, I think. Meanwhile, Oscar and Daniel are just playing musical chairs in the back. I don't even know what's going on back there. they were just chilling, honestly. Yeah, no, Max was definitely chilling, Well, during the later bits of the race, because during the first bits, Lando was actually giving him a good run for his money, before, obviously, he just started to pull away, Carlos is my favorite driver, one of my favorite drivers. Yuki is one also, my favorite driver. But, Carlos, I think, he overtook both Mercedes, but just couldn't get past Lance Stroll. Speaking of Lance Stroll, how do you let yourself get overtaken by Lance Stroll? No offense to him, great person, great driver, but, he's, you know what, we're not even gonna finish it, but, come on, that never happens. But yeah, Carlos Sainz, 6th, honestly, I guess not the best, not the worst, but whatever. Charles was out of the race, so, they put themselves a little closer. But now, bad news, Lando Norris is now ahead of Carlos Sainz in the Drivers' Championship. Yuki Tsunoda actually was doing really good, I'd say. Where did he finish? He was 7th, maybe? No, I don't think so. No, he wasn't 7th. I think he scored in the points, though. I don't know. But yeah. Oh my god, I completely skipped over the crash, literally, in turn 1. So, I actually had to, watch back a couple times because I kept missing where it happened. But, so, if you don't know, apparently, oh, okay, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but I think Nico Hulkenberg I think he accidentally, he hit somebody, and then it caused them to hit somebody else, kind of like a chain reaction. So then Magnussen and Alex Albon ended up being out, which obviously sucks, but it's racing, it happens. The part that I loved in the race, though, was, Checo and Alonso's finish. Dude, literally last 2 laps, they're fighting for the place, which is amazing, because, I feel like, no hate to Max, but, ever since he's come into Formula 1, and started winning all of these Grand Prix, I feel like there hasn't really been much action. So it's, 53 thousandths of a second. Checo was really wanting that podium because, the rumors that he's going to lose his job. A podium could have really done him well, but, he said it was all good fun with Alonso, so that's honestly great. It was a little heartwarming, I guess, to see Alonso finally back on that podium. Everybody's been saying, oh, Alonso's, he's old, he's 42, his prime time's over. No, he's fine. Making podiums, obviously, as you can see. And maybe this is a hot take, but I really don't think he'll leave Aston Martin. He's not doing bad. The car had really good pace this weekend, really. But yeah, he looked really comfortable up there in the Aston Martin tracksuit, so I do not think he will be leaving them anytime soon. But honestly, yeah, that's really all the big stuff that happened at the Brazil Grand Prix. So what's coming up next is probably one of the most anticipated races of the season, the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So I live in the US, so I'm American, obviously, as you can tell from my accent. And Las Vegas, to me, as an American who likes F1, I feel like Vegas wasn't really necessary, I guess. I think it was more for marketing, and for the show of it. Okay, so here's the thing, is that many drivers like Max Verstappen have been saying that lately they've been feeling like Formula 1 is less about racing and is more like a show for people to watch. And I think that the fact that we're having a race in Las Vegas kind of just proves that, because once again, it's not necessary. You could have picked so many other places to put a Grand Prix and to have a race, but you chose Las Vegas, which is obviously saying something. Not that I'm complaining. I think I love Las Vegas. Personally, I think I've been there maybe 4 times already, because my parents took me there twice when I was smaller, when I was 7 or 3, or something like that. And then I actually just went back this year. No, it was December. Yeah, so yeah, less than a year, because it's November. So yeah, this year we went to Las Vegas during Christmas. The giant ball wasn't there yet, so definitely seeing if they're gonna show that in Formula 1. So thoughts on the circuit. Honestly, I think it's a street circuit. I think it's really basic, because when you look at it, it's kind of just like a big rectangle. There's little bits where it's a bit different, but yeah, for the most part, it's just like a square or a rectangle. Oh my god, I saw a TikTok where this lady was in, okay, sorry, I'm looking up what the circuit looks like. Yeah, it's rectangular, but it has a few parts that stick out. Nothing too special though, compared to Red Bull Ring or Silverstone, it's nothing that special. But yeah, so there was this TikTok of this lady who was in Vegas at the time, well, actually right now, and she filmed the videos what Vegas is doing in preparation for the Grand Prix. And they had emptied all of the water out of some famous hotel. I forget what it's called. I've been in there. The Venetian, I think, yeah. They, like, emptied all the water out of there, and they're gonna replace it with grandstands. And they've built a bunch of bridges, and they're, like, removing a lot of trees, which a lot of people are mad about. But honestly, like, they never even grew there in the first place. They were transported here, so... Not that I'm, like, taking sides with anybody, but, you know, it's just fact. So... yeah, you know, not a lot of people happy. Everybody's blaming Formula One when, I guess you could say that Las Vegas kind of paid them to be there. So, actually, no, somebody fact check that. I don't want to end up giving out false information. But yeah, so, yeah, that's it. Actually, with Las Vegas, a lot of teams have been dropping Las Vegas merch. Like, for example, McLaren, oh my god. Everybody was freaking out over Lando Norris's photo shoot. I think some of the stuff that they have is ugly, but there's this really cool hoodie that I wouldn't mind having if it wasn't literally $100. But yeah, you know, I guess quality and Vegas, so it's like limited edition or something. I don't know. I saw some Red Bull merch. They have this really cool hat. Dude, it's literally like $84 for a hat. Like, that's crazy, but, I mean, it's Formula One, so who's gonna be complaining? But, yeah, they have a few questionable t-shirts, but, yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Ferrari, as far as I know, I don't think Ferrari has, like, dropped any Vegas merch, or maybe they have, I don't know. But what I do know is... oh my god, they dropped the tracksuits that they're going to be wearing, and Jesus Christ. I don't think they're as bad as Monza, but, you know, like, Thing 1 and Thing 2 from the Cat in the Hat, how they have, like, the red, and then they have, like, the big circle that says, like, Thing 1 and Thing 2 on it. Yeah, that's basically, to paint a picture for you, that's basically what it looks like. There's, like, a few stripes on there and paint splatters. There's actually, like, a few... speculations that Charles Leclerc might have designed it, because, you know, you'll always see him wearing stuff with stripes and paint splatters on it, so, people were thinking that might be, that might have been him who designed it, which, yeah, I don't know why we're letting Charles Leclerc design our stuff for, like, one of the most anticipated races, but, you know, I mean, the man's been... he's been struggling a lot, and I guess he needs an outlet, so the least you can do is let him design a tracksuit. I feel like for Charles Leclerc, okay, so something that I feel like isn't talked about a lot is what F1, sorry, okay, but something that I think a lot of people don't talk enough about is, like, what drivers do outside of Formula One. Like, you know, they play paddle a lot, and... you know, some of them play golf, but that's just, like, the basic F1 driver starter pack, so everybody knows that. But, like, Charles Leclerc, I feel like his outlet is art. Like, he plays piano, and I guess he designs stuff, and you can tell from his type of girl that he likes a girl who can do art, too, so he's, I guess, really... he expresses himself a lot through art, which is great. For Yuki, his outlet is just cooking, honestly, I think, or just getting mad and screaming on the radio. I have no idea what Max Verstappen's outlet might be. I actually don't know what the majority of their outlets are. Carlos, I feel like, I don't know. See, I would say golf, but he, like... in a celebrity Ryder Cup thing, I don't know what it's called, but, you know, he was kind of doing that too, so I wouldn't really say, I guess it is a hobby. He plays chess, although chess is, like, okay, so for me, I play golf, actually, if you didn't know that about me. So, okay, I play golf, but that's for a scholarship. Like, I won't say I love it, like, I won't say I love it, like... I love other stuff. Like, I love doing art. But I don't love golf how I love art. Because for me, it's just... okay, let's take volleyball, because I played volleyball. So, volleyball is such... it's like a team sport, and you can, like, you don't need to keep calm. You just go for the ball. You attack again and again and again until you can get that ball onto the ground on their side. Whereas golf, like, you can't really get mad. Like, you have to stay calm. You have to keep your head screwed on straight. You have to keep focus. And that can be so hard to do. And especially when it's such, like, a slow sport, you could say. So, yeah, just concentration is basically the biggest part of the game, at least for me. That's honestly what I have to work on. Because I can get a little hot-headed out on the course. Oh my god, fun fact, my grandpa, I think I might have got it from him. Dude, one time he got so mad, he literally chucked his club into the woods and then got it stuck in a tree. And to this day, he hasn't got it back. So, that's great. Sorry, if you hear leaves crinkling in the background, that's just my dog walking on the leaves. And if you hear crickets, that's because it's night out. So, but yeah, so basically, yeah, golf is just really challenging mentally, and it can get stressful sometimes, which is why I wouldn't think that golf would be somebody's main outlet, you know. Oh, he does boxing, maybe that's, or running. Running's an outlet for me. I like running. I think, okay, so the funnest part about running for me isn't actual running. I actually like to plan my route and, like, plan making my playlist. Like, that's the fun part for me. Because, you know, it's just the freedom of getting to kind of go wherever you want. So, yeah, that's why I like to run. Not so much for the physical part. I don't really care much for it. But, yeah. I don't know what other drivers' outlets would be now that I'm, yeah. Is there anybody with, like, any defining things? Lando Norris, I don't know what his hobbies are. But yeah, you know, I guess everybody has to have something that they do outside of Formula 1. But yeah, Ferrari needs to come up with better designs, because, dude, Monza, people were just making fun of them the entire time. But yeah, honestly, so Las Vegas is coming up. Everybody's obviously really excited. I am really excited for Daniel Ricciardo, and that's going to sound so basic, but then again, you know, he's been saying about how he wants a Grand Prix in Vegas for legit, like, 5 years now, 5 or 6 years, so I think it'll be great to see what that's like, and I wonder how many people are going to go, because I think Coda's, like, it's the race where the most people attend, I think at, like, 1 year, like, something like 500,000 people came. I don't know if that's true, but I think it might be. But yeah, so Coda's really popular. Miami, I actually don't know. But, yeah, Vegas, I think, was, I guess, not a bad choice when you think about it. But once again, there were so many better places that you could have chosen to have a Grand Prix if you were doing it for, like, solely for the purpose of racing. But yeah, once again, I think that this one was mainly for show. You know, I don't really think that they care much with actual racing in Vegas, but, you know, more about the speculation surrounding it. So it'll be fun to see how it all pans out. The only thing I will be sad about, though, is, okay, so I'm not about to say where I live, but I live on the East Coast of the U.S., so it's a pretty big time difference, Vegas to where I live. And where I live, the Grand Prix is literally, no, not just the Grand Prix, all the practices, quali, and the Grand Prix, they're all at, like, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. The actual race is at, like, midnight, I think, which is crazy. But the thing is that when this race happens, which is November 19th, I think, so when that happens, I'm actually going to be in Taiwan visiting family for Thanksgiving break for school. So I don't know what the time difference is, but hopefully it's not midnight so I can actually watch the race. Actually, fun fact, I woke up at 1 in the morning to watch the Suzuka Grand Prix. So, dedicated Formula 1 fan right here. Don't know many people who would wake up that early for that. But yeah. So, honestly, that's kind of what sucks for me as an American is, a lot of the times when you have these races in Europe, I have to wake up at like 6 or 7 in the morning, or sometimes even 5, which once again, people call me crazy, but what can I say? I genuinely love the sport. And today, I actually listened to a podcast. It was a Red Bull one. They were interviewing Hannah, the Red Bull strategist, and 2 other people. I forget. I think one of them worked with simulators and one of them worked with like aerodynamics. I forget what their names were though. They were really cool though. But yeah, I saw this podcast with Hannah and I was like, wow, she's amazing. And once again, I want to get into motorsport because it's something that I'm passionate about and that I think I would love to make a difference in. And, just seeing Hannah Schmidt, I don't know Hannah Schmidt. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Please don't come after me. But, just seeing her, like, on the pit wall and, actually impact these, like, decisions so much is such an inspiring thing for me as a woman, and part of the reason why I feel confident enough to say that I want a career in motorsports. And honestly, she has the job that I want. Like, I want to be a strategist, or no, that's not realistic because mostly it's guys that do that job, but like hi, my dog's here. Hi, Sunny. Want to say hi? Come here. Sniff it. Oh, ew. Stop smacking your lips. Okay, sorry if you heard that. That was probably gross. But, yeah, so she went to Cambridge, and I was actually looking at Cambridge. Maybe I'll go to Cambridge. You never know. I don't think I'm that smart, though. You never know. But yeah, Oxford, Cambridge. Maybe I'll find an internship somewhere. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm tired. Okay, sorry, I just yawned. But yeah, just being able to see women in motorsports is such an inspiring thing for me. Like, not even as racers, just people like Lizzie and actually, I guess as a driver like Bianca, just being able to see all these women just be able to stand up and say, this isn't a men's world anymore, is so inspiring to me. And I'm hoping that, maybe one day I'll be in a factory and, be able to, or on a pit wall and be able to make calls, and have other girls look up to me. So that's the dream. Don't know if it'll ever happen, at least not from YouTube where I'm posting this. Actually, my other video got, 1 view, so, woo, to that one person, I love you. Didn't subscribe, but, yay. But yeah, there's a lot of buzz around that, so, and then after Las Vegas, it's Abu Dhabi, so, yay, 2 more races with the SF23 and with the W14, so, that it'll be great to see him trash that, and hopefully better everything, really. I was about to say clutch, but then I was like, well, there's multiple problems, so, yeah. If you didn't know, the problem with Charles Leclerc's car during Brazil was, a failure in the hydraulics, and so basically, I think what happened was, something went wrong, and, for safety purposes, the engine locked up. No, that's a lie. But basically, the back wheels locked up, which caused him to, spin out. So, actually, no, I don't think that's true. Don't quote me on this. Yeah, I didn't read about it too much, which I probably should have. But, yeah, I try and read a lot after something major happens so that I know what's actually going on, and I can tell you accurate things, but, I can tell you most of the time I'm wrong, so just don't count on me for everything. Oh, I just heard something. Okay, sorry. But yeah, really exciting. Lots of things gonna happen. 2024 is gonna be a big season to remember. know, not to remember because it didn't happen yet. But it's going to be a big season anything could happen. I have a feeling that something's going to happen with McLaren, and just maybe they might come up challenging Red Bull, which hopefully, and I feel like 2024 is going to be Lando Norris's year, and he is finally going to get his first win. So, crossing my fingers and, hoping that happens, because he really deserves it. And, I think him seeing Oscar, like a literal rookie, just go up there and win a sprint race, I think that can be really degrading to your mental health. So, hopefully he gets that win soon, and he's gotten lots of second places and lots of podiums. So, Nico Hulkenberg has it worse, but one day, Lando, one day it's gonna come to you, and hopefully when it does, I will be right there watching as that happens. Now, okay, I've said this in every single podcast for now, but I can't help it because I'm really sour about it. And once again, this is just my opinion. You can disagree with me if you want. Just, don't come after me in the comments or anything. Because, the reason I make these podcasts is because nobody I know likes to talk about it. So I kind of just talk about it with myself and post it online. That way anybody can listen to me yapping about it. This is just me yapping about it and telling you my opinion. You can disagree or not, but just please don't be mean. So for me, I just find it completely shocking how not only did they replace Nick DeVries, AlphaTauri, but they took in Daniel Ricciardo, which I guess is understandable, but in a way, AlphaTauri was made for rookies, to shape rookies and make drivers who could get a Red Bull seat, there's a quote somewhere, somebody said, I think it was Will Buxton. No, what the hell, I just completely mispronounced his last name, but I think he said something like, no driver sees their future at AlphaTauri, because AlphaTauri is, once again, made for rookies to see who might be suitable for the bigger Red Bull seat. And so the fact that they replaced a rookie with somebody old, no offense, but it's true and you know it, but the fact that they replaced that seat with somebody older, it kind of just, it's just kind of go against what the team's creation was for. And you could say, oh, they're just opting for experience. What experience? He won a couple times. No, that makes me sound ignorant. He won a load of times, but I think we can all agree that he's just not who he was 5 years ago in 2018 when he was winning all these races with Red Bull, and even at McLaren when he won one race. So, once again, he's not a world champion. He hasn't been doing very well. That's debatable. Mexico was, I guess, the only exception. But, so when you say experience, I just want to know what kind of experience you're looking for. Because he hasn't won a world championship yet. But, and then, the whole thing with his hand, he broke his hand, they put Liam Lawson in the seat, and now Liam Lawson was giving results. He scored in the points. He was driving that car like he owned it. And the fact that they just disregarded him without even seeing if Daniel Ricciardo... No, not disregarded him, but the fact that they just had Daniel Ricciardo sign that contract without even seeing whether he was fit after he broke his hand says a lot. And, you can't help but feel bad for Liam, because he's been, I guess, working his ass off for this chance. And I guess Daniel Ricciardo's also been working his ass off, but Liam Lawson just hasn't had that much of a chance to prove himself. And once again, with Nyck de Vries, I mean, like, 3 races or something a little bit more than that. Like, you can't judge somebody off of just that amount, you know? And just all of these constant changes is part of the reason why everybody is saying that Checo's going to get replaced, because Red Bull and AlphaTauri, which are basically the same thing, but, they have history of just paying people to give the seat and replacing them. So I think it's just a little unfair to both Liam and Nick, but at the end of the day, at least Yuki still has a seat. Yuki's my favorite, but yeah. Daniel Ricciardo, just hopefully he can bring in good results. Mexico is good. He beat Checo in quali, so but I will say it will be absolutely wonderful if Daniel Ricciardo comes back to Red Bull, because I think that seeing Max and Daniel together on the same team is something that all of us need. But yeah, I know I literally say that like every single podcast, but it's just always on my mind, so I'm probably gonna say it in the next one too, so don't be mad at me. Yeah, honestly, I think, okay, so there's a rumor about Alex Albon going to Ferrari, which I think is a little questionable. First you have them saying that he's going to join because Carlos Sainz is going to leave. My question is, where is Carlos Sainz going to go? Because something tells me that he won't go to any other team other than a top team or like a growing team such as like McLaren, or a good team like Red Bull or Mercedes, and we all know Red Bull's not gonna take him. Oh my god, my dog just burped. Okay. But yeah, Mercedes isn't gonna take Carlos. Red Bull isn't gonna take Carlos. McLaren, I don't think they're willing to give up Oscar. Definitely not willing to give up Lando. And Alpine, yeah, I just don't think Alpine has what he's looking for, and so yeah, all the other teams don't have what he's looking for either. So I'm just wondering where would he go if he were to leave Ferrari. And I think we all know that the smart decision is to stay. And people have also been saying, Charles Leclerc might leave Ferrari too, because, he's been having bad luck with everything. But once again, my question is, where is he going to go? Because for me, the only 2 places where he's going to accept is either Mercedes or Red Bull. And I know Red Bull's reached out to him once, I think. Christian Horner did. But, Red Bull just has so much going on. But honestly, I would love to see Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc as teammates. Like, we all know that Charles has talent. Like, he has great talent, and I feel like in a Red Bull, that would show a lot. And, who knows, maybe there'd be a little rivalry between the 2 of them. So that'd definitely be great to see. Yeah, Mercedes, once again, I don't think is too keen on putting somebody... Oh, sorry, my voice just, cracked there. But yeah, I don't think Mercedes is too keen on replacing any of their drivers. At least so far, maybe Lewis Hamilton will retire or something, but yeah. So what was I saying again? Yeah, Charles Leclerc. So realistically, the only place where he could go, where he would maybe be accepted, is Red Bull, but he's not going to. And Ferrari, I guess I could see them hiring Alex. Alex has real talent, though. You can tell driving that piece of junk that good. Okay, no. Here's the thing, is that with the Williams, there's a lot of mixed thoughts on it. For me, that Williams is a complete rocket in the straights. It can go fast in the straights. It's just in the corners that it's not a dependable car, where it's not a very good car. So yeah, who knows, maybe Williams will make a comeback. That's something I would absolutely love to see. Oh my god, I think today's the day where, Senna had his last win with McLaren, I think. Wow, that's crazy. rest in peace, GOAT. We all miss you. Yeah, dude, that's so weird, though, to think about it. It's, like, his last race before he died that he won. It's, like, he won that race, and people were just like, it's just another Senna win, you know? He's gonna go on to do so much more, and then he, like, dies in the next race. It's, like, that's absolutely insane to me. It's just, honestly, it's just, I think people forget how easy it is for things to happen in Formula One. Like, literally, like, a snap like that and somebody could die. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Honestly, like, Lance Stroll's, like, crash during, I think it was quali or FP3 in Singapore. Like, when I saw that car split in half, like, dude, when I tell you my heart dropped, I was like, I'm not Lance Stroll's biggest fan, but dude, please be okay. But yeah, he was all good. He just got rattled around a little bit. But yeah, so that's crazy to think that, you know, just one day Senna was here and then the next day he's just gone. And same with, like, Jules and Antoine. May they all rest in peace. You know, maybe in another like multiverse universe thing, they're all still here. Speaking of which, there was an update about Michael Schumacher's recovery. His friend said that he was, like, a case without hope, which is something I guess you guys didn't need to hear, but sorry. But yeah, that's really sad to think about. He is a legend. He's not dead yet that I know of. And I'm praying that, you know, one day he's gonna make a recovery, and we're gonna see him sitting in a Mercedes garage or something, you know, maybe one day. But yeah, honestly, I think that's it. I think I've completely run out of things to talk about. I'm really excited because I'm going to Taiwan in 1 week. On Wednesday, I will be flying to LA, and then from LA, I will be going to Taiwan. So, yeah, I'll finally get to see my family after, like, 3 or 4 years because of COVID. So, that's obviously going to be really fun. I'm going to get to celebrate my birthday over there, which is always the best. So, yeah. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about in the next podcast, but hopefully, if we get one viewer, you're still here and you're still listening to me talk. If you are that viewer, please subscribe. I would love that. This is just for fun, and I will try uploading twice every week. I think this is the second time in a week I've uploaded. But who knows, maybe I'll make a third one if something interesting happens. So yeah, please subscribe, like, share, do whatever. Don't really care. Actually, that's a lie, I do care. But yeah, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or rest of your night, and yeah, see you in the next podcast. Bye.